Hello everyone, hope you're all doing good and eagerly waiting for summer, just like me. Honestly, if I get one more round of snow, I think I might go a bit crazy. As much as I love a white Christmas, I try to avoid snow the best I can. I travel from East Coast to West Coast, move around towns throughout the winter. But this video have nothing to do with my winter road trip. We are actually skipping the whole thing and living for the Wild West. Yes guys, we are going to Vegas. And I want all of you to join me in this fun-filled, thrilling adventure. Some of you might be wondering, why am I in a train station to go to Vegas? We are first leaving from Ottawa to the Union Station in Toronto. From there, we are going to the Pearson International Airport and we are taking the flight from there to Vegas and then going to LA. Although I have taken the same route from Toronto to Ottawa last year, it's my first time traveling from Ottawa to Toronto by train. Usually it's much faster to take the flight, but since our whole trip was planned in a couple days, when I checked the flights, it was really expensive. It was around $300 for it. So I thought, why not take the train and save some dollars instead.
Bonjour. Number 3. Yes. Thank you.
Our flight is scheduled only for 7:30 p.m. from Pearson, so even if we are leaving by 1 or 2 p.m. from here, we will reach there perfectly on time for boarding. So to make it easier, I booked the tickets online last night itself. It's only a 5-hour journey to travel from Ottawa to Toronto by train, and it's around $90 Canadian for this trip. As the train began to move, the atmosphere was calm since there was only few passengers sharing the journey. During one of the quiet moments, one of the train's attendants approached me with a very friendly smile. They took this opportunity to walk me through the emergency procedures, demonstrating how to open the train doors in case of an emergency. I was really glad that I was able to film the whole informative session so I can share it with you all in the video. As the train departs, we quickly stop at Guildwood, the first of 11 stops between Ottawa and the Union Station.
I think the total journey is going to be around 4.5 to 5 hours. We reached the first stop. It's been only 20 minutes since we departed. I remember when I traveled the same route last year, it was all lush greenery. I think it's probably the winter months that's affecting the landscape.
Looking out through the window, I can see the scenes of the changing landscape of Canadian countryside and towns passing by, which offers a real visual treat. Maybe because it's midwinter, there was only 3 or 4 passengers, including me, on the whole compartment.
Oh, cool.
Just when the journey started feeling a tad too still with the continuous stretch of winter scenery outside, the snack cart came to my relief. and the simple act of choosing my coffee and cookies bring an unexpected surge of excitement. It's a small event, yet it brightens the teary winter journey, infusing it with a sense of comfort and homeliness. Picking up a cup of coffee, I can't help myself but draw parallels between the art of balancing its bitterness with just the right amount of sugar. Maybe just the art of finding joy in little things. I personally find mixing sugar in a coffee to be super calming, especially in a journey like this. As the snack cart rolls down the aisle, the aroma of fresh coffee fills the air, mingling with the sweet scent of cookies. It's the simple pleasures that make the travel memorable. From my experience of traveling on many train routes across the world, I can say that Via Rail have one of the most hospitable staff on their train cars. But please don't take my word for the train stations. Many of the train stations in Canada are not run directly by Via Rail. Most of them are private companies, so just keep that in mind. As we approach Toronto, the train becomes more lively. Although the winter scenery is a bit dull, it has its own charm, with occasional views of frozen lakes and distant buildings hinting at the approach of urban city. As you can see from the number of passengers getting out, the train was almost full by the time it reached Toronto. Stepping off the train to the Union Station literally feels like walking into a living museum.
Thank you for the generosity.
Union Station is the 11th and the last stop for our train. As you might have guessed, that's the reason why everybody is out on the platform and walking to the central station here. The platform itself is a symphony of sounds and movements. Trains hiss and clatter, announcements echo, and travelers rush by, each absorbed in their journey.
Thank you. Take care.
The time is 5:45 p.m. and as per the schedule, the boarding is supposed to start at 6:30, which gives us around 1 hour time to reach the airport. The Union-Pearson Express, which connect the Union Station to the Pearson International Airport, take around 30-minute ride. That should give us plenty of time. So our plan is to follow the directions posted on the Union Station platform to the UP Express building. The grand architecture of the station with its soaring ceilings literally speaks of its bygone era, while the constant flow of people reflects the vibrant pace of modern life here. Although this is just a transit point for me, I am amazed by this grandeur of architecture. It makes me think about all these travelers that came here before me and will pass through the station after me, living the old stone building and grand columns to witness the changing times, while the modern digital screens and bustling cafes here reflect the dynamic rhythm of today's Toronto. Since the time is limited, I left the Union Station in a few minutes and I head towards the UP Express for my next ride to the airport. The way to the UP Express leads through a skywalk. It's a long pathway that connects the station to the airport rail link. Walking through it is literally like walking through a corridor of glass and steel. The view from the skywalk is certainly a reminder of how vibrant and diverse Toronto is. As we almost reach the end of the skywalk, the UP Express station comes into the full view. And that's what's going to take us to our next adventure. From a walk through the heart of Toronto to the wider world waiting at the airport for us. It's only going to be a 30-minute journey to reach the airport. The UP Express have 3 stops including the airport from here. So before entering we have to buy a ticket from the self-service machine. When I check the schedules, there are trains leaving the station every 15 minutes. I bought a one-way ticket for us to get to the airport. It's around 13 Canadian dollars for the ticket. And now let's go and check out the platform. The UP Express train service 2 other stations other than the Union and Pearson Airport. So these are Bloor and Western stations. I remember every single time I've been in this platform, it's always crowded. It's not like everyone is going to the airport, but most of them are either returning from work or going to their workplace and getting out, and the stations in between. So by the time we reach the airport, at least half of the compartment will be empty. The train is sleek and modern. It's a swift connector between the heart of the city and our airport. As the train glides out of the platform, we are welcomed by a panoramic view of downtown Toronto. From the golden rays on the glass buildings outside, it's clear that we wouldn't be having sunlight for very long. That's one factor of winter time in Canada. We get an early sunset and a late sunrise. But hopefully by the time of sunset we will be at the airport. Finally we reached the Pearson International Airport. Our UP Express platform is on terminal number 1. Since we are going to US, we are departing from terminal number 3. So for that, we need to take the airport link train and go to terminal number 3. It's just 2 minutes or 3 minutes ride. We reached the terminal number 3 in a blink of an eye. As much as I'm excited for this trip, I'm excited to meet my friend as well. I gave him a call when we reached Terminal 1. He said he is on the way, so hopefully by the time we reach the gates, he will also be there. It seems like my friend is still on the way, so in the meantime I decided to go down to the airline desk and get my bag checked in. finally, guys, I met him right before the security check. The security and other procedures are already done. But unfortunately, I just got a message that our flight is delayed for an hour and a half. Although it's not a bad thing, because in the last 6 hours, all I had was a cookie and a cup of coffee. So this gives us a good opportunity to grab some dinner from the airport. If you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for that. I'm just going to go ahead and have some dinner and get ready for the flight. So thank you again and catch you all in Vegas.